everybody, welcome to Cinemania. We've got Terminator 2 Judgment Day locked and loaded. We've gathered two of the biggest fans of the movie. One will leave as the ultimate fan. But first, let's get to our very special guests that are joining us tonight. He's the special effects producer and coordinator for Stan Winston Studios. His credits include all of the Jurassic Park movies, T1, T2, T3. Mr. Shane Mahan, thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much.
Sitting right next to him is the film critic for Hollywood.com. He's also a contributing columnist for the LA Times. Pete Hammond, thanks for joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
Stick around because we're just getting started here at Cinemania. We got plenty more for you. Come on back. Now, Pete, do you remember your first reaction or even your review to T2 when it came out?
I was really surprised because I remembered the first Terminator, which was a much smaller movie, and this was revolutionary in terms of the kinds of special effects and makeup effects. Compared to the first one, it was just a blockbuster 10 times over. They were able to take the Terminator concept and turn it into something so much bigger.
What about favorite scenes? Evan, what sticks out for you?
The first meeting between the T-1000 and the Terminator in the Galleria, because they're both getting that much closer to him. And then when they ultimately just see each other and they just start attacking each other, it's like a greater version of pro wrestling almost, where you get to see them just throwing each other through walls. It just has pure brawn.
Okay, right now here at Cinemania, it's time to begin our pursuit of the ultimate fan of T2 Judgment Day. Here comes question number one. What is John Connor's date of birth? We'll be back during the commercial break with our first answer. All right, welcome back to Cinemania. We just asked our first trivia question of the evening, which was, what is John Connor's date of birth? Let's start with Evan. What'd you put down?
February 28th, 1985.
That is correct. Sufe, did you come up with the same date?
I did.
Oh, that'll be between you two tonight. Stick around. We'll have more questions for them and you later in Cinemania. Right now, back to the movie. Isn't it amazing how much this movie was not CGI?
The impressive CGI stuff was the complete silver man walking, morphing into characters, morphing out of characters, or like when he walks through the police bars and his gun gets caught. If it grew out, it was digital, but once it was grown out, it was physical. So when he's chopping into the car with blades, he's wearing those. If you can do it live, we'll do it live, but when you can't, that's when you have to go to something else.
Okay, time to continue on in our quest for the ultimate fan of T2. Here comes our second trivia question. We all remember the famous scene where the T-1000 steals a police car, right? Well, simply, what was the number of that police car? We'll reveal it during the commercial break. All right, welcome back to Cinemania. Our second trivia question of the evening, what was the number of the police car the T-1000 stole? Let's start with Sufe this time. What'd you come up with?
I have 185 and I have 156.
Actually, those aren't even remotely close.
Oh,
it's
good.
a 5-digit number. But Evan, did you come up with the correct answer?
I came up with 143.
Oh, actually, the answer was 35679. Come on, guys, easy. We got more trivia questions coming up later in Cinemania. We'll be back in a bit. Was it exciting to see such a tough action hero be a woman?
Absolutely. I think Sarah Connor had a certain, like a tenderness about her. And there was the idea that she needed to do this. Not that she even particularly wanted to. The fact that she could lose and that she does hurt. And she's a mom, and that gives her more levels.
Well, the real strong thing about this particular female character, like great action heroes, is she's haunted by something. And you know that she's tough, but she's got that other side. And that's what makes that character work.
Is there a human message to Terminator 2?
Oh, without question. It's not only about the search for family and for a father, it's about the value of human lives, and it also talks about technology. Technology is very amoral until you decide what you're going to do with it. But I think creating this family that they created there is a very strong message that we all need each other.
Before you even started going into production, was there something you were most excited about trying?
All the effects were solidified in the script. You've got to break all that stuff down, frame by frame. For instance, when he starts to freeze, he forces his leg, and then that would crumble apart. We used a stuntman who was an amputee, missing legs, and we had artificial, puzzle piece legs that we would systematically do releases on. Then we'd cut back to Robert with his arm breaking off with a mechanical arm that he looks at and freezes. So you get through it, and then you see it cut together, and you go, yeah, that worked.
Okay, time now for our third and final trivia question for our fans. Please play along at home. I need the exact date and time that Skynet becomes self-aware. Think you know it? I'll have the answer for you during the commercial break. All right, welcome back to Cinemania. Our last trivia question of the evening was, what is the exact date and time that Skynet becomes self-aware? Let's check in with Evan. What'd you put down, buddy?
August 29th, 1997, 2:14 a.m.
That is absolutely correct.
Wow.
Sufe.
August 24th, 97.
Very close. Unfortunately, we didn't even have the time and the dates a little bit off. But we will be crowning our ultimate fan a little bit later in the show, so stick around. During the past 7 days, we asked you, our Cinemania viewers, to log on to amctv.com and put in your pick for the classic scene from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Here are the 3 finalists. A, saving Sarah.
Mom, are you okay? Mom!
B, destroying T-1000. Or C, the bar scene.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Pete, what do you got coming up? What should we be watching you for?
I just started as film critic for Hollywood.com, which is getting a complete relaunch.
And Shane, what are you guys in the Stan Winston group working on?
We are currently working on G.I. Joe.
Wow. Pete, it's a pleasure having you on the show. And Shane, really an absolute honor to have you. And now time to crown our ultimate fan of Terminator 2 Judgment Day, our winner, Evan.
Oh my
Congratulations.
gosh. Thank you.
Sufe, thanks for being with us. It was a pleasure having you on the show. And again, thanks to all my guests. I'm Regan Burns. A pleasure as always. We'll see you next time.